Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Black Hat 2015. A couple quick announcements. There will be a reception tonight in the business hall at 5:30. So it's located not in this room, but it's in Shoreline A. Second item, the Pony Awards will take place tonight in Mandalay Bay BCD room at 6:30, and I'm going to say ish. If you heard it announced that it was at 6, that has changed and it's been moved to 6:30. And you are currently in Lagoon K, witnessing the session with Sofiane Talmet, Subverting Satellite Receivers for Botnet and Profit. So if everyone could please ensure that you silence your cell phone and enjoy the session.
So, hello. So in this presentation, we will talk a little bit about pay TV subscriptions, how the scrambling system works, and we will be much more focusing on some kind of attack that is called card sharing and analyzing the risk behind it. I'm Sofiane Talmet. I'm working for IOActive as a security consultant. I love doing reverse engineering. I like playing with different architectures, firmwares, and hardwares. And I am coffee independent, actually. So, our main point that interests any attackers into decryption of control of satellite TV encryption is the control word. This control word is the main key to descramble the stream. So we will just talk a little bit about how satellite pay TV subscription works and how is the scrambling done. So we'll have a small overview of what we are looking at. So on the back end, the scrambling is basically based on a CW that is called a control word that is generated and used to scramble the TV signal. This control word is then encrypted with a provider-specific key within one of the two entitlements message. The first one is called ECM. This one will hold the encrypted control word and then attaching it to the scrambling system, stream, and send it to the receiver over the air. On the client side, we have generally a smart card, which will decrypt the control word and extract it from the ECM and then use it to descramble the system. This is a general overview of how pay TV works, how the scrambling is done, and how descrambling is done. Till now, nothing is going wrong and everything is going well, as we are talking about a normal and legal way to watch pay TV that is based on a provider that is providing some scrambling algorithm, using a scrambling algorithm, and then decrypted on the client side within an official smart card. Things that made some change over the last years is the emergence of open satellite receivers. What we call about open satellite receivers are just some boxes that are now featuring fully Linux boxes. They generally are based on some BuzzyBox, and they have the support of many providers. All time, every provider used to have his own set-top boxes that decrypt his own channel sets, etc. So now with open satellite set-top boxes, we have a possibility to host different providers and be able to decrypt a lot of different channels. This made a big evolution into attacking pay TV subscriptions. So in all times, some kind of attacks was based about cloning smart cards, but nowadays it's no more usable. So people are just using what we call card sharing. The concept of card sharing here is that a user that has official card decryption card for the channel and he will be able to share it with other users. This is why we call it card sharing. And from this concept, we have the emergence of some black hat market that users are selling card sharing access. So they sell actually some access to some servers so you can decrypt the channels via those servers. So, the general concept is based on two components. We have the card server that is basically either a server or an open satellite receiver that works as a server. It has many official cards that are linked to it, connected to it. And on the other side, we have the client set-top box. This is a generic open satellite TV receiver with a Linux on it, generally. And it has some components and some what we call plugins. Those plugins are just a piece of software that supports specific protocols. What happens is that when the STB receives the satellite signal, it will extract the ECM and the EMM and send them back to a server through internet. At that time, the server will just use the official cards, extract the control word, and send it back to the STB. So that way, the STB will be able to decrypt, descramble the signal, and show the clear TV signal. So the main components here are what we call as plugins. Those are softwares that are running on the set-top box. We can list some of them that are CCCAM, MGCAM, and a lot of them, they support some protocols in which they use to send the entitlement messages and receive the control word to decrypt the channel. On the other side, we have some people that are acting like providers. Those guys generally host those guys just host a server at home, and they have official subscription to some cards, and they offer access to the clients via a payment system. Generally, it's anonymous or just install or give. Sometimes they even give it for free. I mean, they give some plugins for free. Those plugins will be installed on the set-top box, so they will be able to decrypt the channels. Here comes my story. So I started thinking about those devices that are connected on internet, running some untrusted softwares and connected to some unknown servers. I mean, what could go wrong, actually? So this is a teardown of one of the receivers I've been playing with. And you can see that they are almost computers. They are no more generic set-top boxes. So this one, for example, has a Realtek network card. It has STI 7111. The STI 7111 is a processor that is mainly designed for set-top boxes. Actually, it features all the needed from the scrambling system, inputs and outputs, etc. It's actually designed for being a processor for a set-top box. Within that processor, we have a CPU that runs actually at 450 megahertz. It's an SH4, 32-bit super arch architecture. We can see that we have, I mean, all the components that need by PC. It's actually USB hubs. We have like 2 gigabit of RAM and of storage space. So, talking about this, looking backward, those are mainly computers that are almost stronger and better than 10 years ago, actually 15 years ago computers. So what the thing is that there are no more, they are not simple set-top boxes, they are just computers connected to internet. Are they vulnerable? I have been working and playing with super arch architecture and reversing some application. I found a lot of vulnerability both into the design and onto the softwares themselves. So basically on the design, on all the devices I've been running again and playing with, I've seen that, for example, everything runs as root. There is no segregation. There is nothing. There is no firewall installed. Actually, one of them used to have a firewall, but IP tables, but it was not working because the system was mounted as read-only. So actually, they are not designed to be secure. The software that are running on them are mostly coming from interested sources. Unknown people are running them, and they are mostly focusing on just offering social media access, YouTube access, and things like this. Are those vulnerabilities exploitable remotely? Yes. I've built a small tool that helped me to scan some network ranges and see, detect some either set-top boxes that are clients or card servers. I've been able to find some of them, and they are directly connected to internet. So, and there are some bugs like remote authenticated access to some features like scheduled tasks, like streaming. You can take someone's videos, what is he watching, and streaming remotely. I mean, and there are some bugs that literally produce some exploitable crash on the other side. Here comes the wrong things. Actually, we are just getting closer as we can see that those devices actually are not designed to be secure, and they are in the hand of the end user. Those devices are not like ICS devices or something like this I've been playing with, as the end user is unaware and has no idea about the risk around. And no one of those end user will set up any firewall rules or anything to protect his internal network. So, how does it work? So generally, we have the main reseller that can do anything what he wants within his card server. He can generate those plugins. There's developers that develop those plugins, but no one knows where they come, actually. Those providers, what they do, they either throw that on forum, on sharing forums or black hat forums or something like this, and just promote some free TV. They do also send them to some resellers. The resellers are just having a big account where they create users and provide the end user for subscription, monthly subscription. For example, in my country, it's about, if you pay for $3 monthly, you will have all the channels decrypted, over like thousands of channels decrypted for free. You just need internet connection and install that things, or download it from internet and put it on your set-top box. So the users generally just download the things, and they are just seeking free TV. So they just download those plugins, put them into a USB key, and plug this in the set-top box. This is the general way of installing those set-top boxes. Some of them are closed, and they need you to take them to the reseller, and that the reseller will just install those software on your device. So what's wrong with that? The thing is that my main concern was those software are interested. Actually, we don't know who put them, who is doing them, and who is behind. I did a little bit of research and downloaded the same plugin, for example, for 4 or 5 copies, and I've been landing on some different hashes and different stuff. So people are playing with those, are changing stuff in them, and are doing so. That's a concern, and we cannot track who is doing this. In my country, for example, we have resellers that act in some way, legal way, because there is no law enforcement against them. So you just go to the shop, take your set-top box, and they install the stuff on it. So it's totally legally, but no one knows what they are doing on the boxes. For the end user, he's seeking free TV, so he's just running on the forums and just downloading some plugins, put them in the USB, and install them, hoping that he will have free TV, actually. Okay, so here comes the wrong things. We have the user that is unaware about what's happening in his set-top box. He's just installing anything. We don't know those stuff where they're coming, and something will go wrong. I've been talking with some people that are working on this card sharing stuff, And they have an estimation of 4 million devices connected on car sharing in my country only. So basically, you can just count like 3 to 4 set-top boxes connected to internet per house in general. Because this is the big case into third world country also, because they don't have satellite TV providers representatives. So they just seek car sharing and just seek of free TV. Are we getting more? Yes. In my country, for example, every time you buy a set-top box, they will offer you 1 year subscription for free. So they are just promoting this and using it to sell more and more and more boxes. So here comes just a small scenario I was thinking about. I mean, if someone like a provider or reseller or any coder can just throw into the wild those plugins, if one of those plugins has any backdoors or has any malicious code on it, this will lead to a general mess. I mean, it will be a massive botnet. It will be able to build a botnet through those devices, as those devices are Linux boxes, actually, that are just running everything as root on them. We go through a couple of small demos. The first one is just a way I use generally to root those devices. Some of them were closed. I didn't have access to them. So I acted like a malicious user and just put a small code on it to throw me a reverse shell. So in the left top pan, I just have a VM. It's a QEMU-based SH4 Debian. So left down is the window, the share. I will just SSH into the box and use it just to create any binary I want. In this case, it's just a small piece of code that acts as a reverse shell. It just connects back to my IP on port 4444 and just drop me a reverse shell in there. So this could be the case of any software that is downloaded or installed on those boxes. So we use GCC. We just compile it. So the main idea is that this plugin has a specific structure. It should have a plugin folder, and then inside it some different other subfolders. One of them, the most important, is the bin folder that should have the binary itself to be installed. So we can see that this is we are dealing with SuperH. It's like SH4. SH4 is the 32-bit version of SuperH. So I would just copy that file into the USB key, into plugin and bin folder. I will be listening at the right down pane to port 4444, and just I plug this USB key into the set-top box. It will automatically prompt for installing the plugin. It's installed, and then it will reboot. So we will skip a little part of this video because the device is just rebooting. Okay, once rebooted, we will clearly see that our software is just installed there and will be running. Actually, there's two ways to run it, either manually or automatically at the reboot time. Every time it reboots, it's running. So, okay. So here is the list of plugins that are installed on the device. I was playing with them. Those supports many kind of softwares, and we have the RootMe one that is there, actually installed. If we just started with the remote control, we will just have a reverse shell actually. So this is the easy way, simulating any plugin installed there, use it to get reverse shell and root the device. And then this device is actually running everything as root. So once rooted, we can go to the second video. This is a video that I used a plugin. I just inserted the backdoor into the plugin that is called Ycard. This will trigger a reverse shell whenever you are just jumping from one channel to another channel. So just you are switching from one channel to another channel, it tries to decrypt the channel, and you have your reverse shell. So this is a generic way to have a backdoor into those softwares. And the same. So here we come to something that went really wrong. So actually we could have people running things on those devices without any knowledge from the user, that he doesn't have any idea of what's happening. So the basic steps are easy. Anyone could easily build something, promote it over the internet for free. There's a lot of people actually promoting those kind of software over the internet, and there's tons of people are installing them. So you can just promote your software, just throw it. You can just spend like a couple of $100, get official cards, and you can do whatever you want. You can give people, for free TV and just owning their boxes. So here comes the result that we talked about. It will be a botnet. The bad thing is that you will be able to access LAN area network. You will be able to see the computers and everything that is connected to the LAN. I've personally seen during some audits some companies that are using card sharing actually. Did this happen before? Actually, in 2012, I even have a friend that worked on reversing one of those plugins. He worked on one of them that he found on internet that actually was grabbing configuration files from the set-top boxes and copying those accounts and information about the card that are shared and sending them to some specific IP addresses. So we don't know actually if those were just attackers stealing accounts to sell them again or something like this, or just maybe there was a service provider that was looking to counterattack card sharing and just gathering information about the cards and the people and just blocking them. The challenge to mitigate that, unfortunately, I personally don't see. I see actually a little bit of hassle to do this because it's not easy to educate end users. Actually, if they are devices that are used into the IT industry or something like this, we will have people that caring about this, fixing and doing things. But here we are dealing about the end user that mainly don't have no idea and you just want to watch TV. And the thing is that we are not able to talk about piracy and talk to those guys to put some standards and some security rules within our software. There's a little bit of work that is being done in order to just encrypt the control word between the transfer, so the attackers will not be able to intercept the control word, and it will make things much more difficult to do some card sharing. Black hat soundbites. We have millions of devices that are connected to internet, and they are not designed to be secure. They are between the hand of the end user that has no idea on what's happening, and we can see that all the software that are running on them are coming from untrusted source, and no one is in knowledge on what is happening inside and what they are doing. Any questions? Thank you. Finally.